Hello, and welcome to our Professional Study Day for September. The Office of Performing Arts is excited to provide opportunities to extend the conversations that we started during our August Professional Study Day. Your reflections suggested several possibilities to advance these conversations, and we hope that you find the day rejuvenating, provocative, and inspiring. Please make sure that you have completed the registration for today by registering in the BCPS registration system and also by joining the Schoology course. The access code is listed on this slide. As you can see, we have a packed day of learning. Today's agenda comes from the feedback from the August Professional Study Day. Our time together today will provide us opportunities to deepen the conversations that we held in content groups and feeder patterns in August. In addition, you will have time to plan performances based on your discussions, and you will have the option to check in with a member of the Performing Arts Office staff. Secondary department chairs and team leaders will collaborate on data analysis and discuss current program needs, data literacy and instructional coaching, and county-wide events for the 2022-23 school year. A few important schedule notes for today. Session 2, Feeder Connections, will include all performing arts teachers, music, dance, and theater. Session 5 is optional. If you choose not to attend that session, you can extend your performance planning or work on other professional learning needs such as safe schools trainings. Session 6 is for our secondary department chairs and team leads. If you are not a DC or team lead, you will have planning time. Your DC or team leader will follow up with any shareable information. Here are the outcomes for today. Together, we will explore the teaching and learning framework and thinking about lesson planning in relation to the framework using a new template developed to ensure alignment of instruction to the framework. Through our collaboration in feeder systems and content groups, we will work to provide performing opportunities for students in ways that will assure equity and access to those opportunities. Our department chairs and team leaders will explore data systems available to them and use those data points in instructional and program conversations. This session will cover planning processes in dance, music, and theater classrooms that align to the teaching and learning framework. We will look together at performance as a natural and necessary part of assessment in the performing arts space and the ways in which they work within the BCPS grading policy. This session will conclude with updates regarding countywide enrichments for the 2022-23 school year and updates to field trip policies. A large part of today's work will center on the concept of performance planning in the performing arts. At the core of our arts disciplines, performances help to synthesize learning and classroom climate, whether it is a dance ensemble, cast, or music ensemble. The ways in which we scaffold to these culminating experiences also assist us in engaging students in developing knowledge and skills. The questions and documents on this slide provide a guide for how to consider your performances throughout the year, wherever you may be in your performance planning process. You will also have time to discuss these questions with colleagues in sessions 2 and 3. As performing arts teachers, we want students to experience the excitement of a performance. We as teachers also want to see that our students are making progress toward achieving standards and to be able to assess that learning in alignment with our BCPS grading policies. Finally, we want to spread the word about our performances. To that end, we have created a Google form that you will complete during session 4. To set the stage for our planning work, let's briefly review the teaching and learning framework. As a refresher, our BCPS teaching and learning framework is the core of our teaching and learning in all content areas, including the performing arts. The 4 core principles are used to guide performance planning, lesson planning, curriculum development, and professional development in BCPS. Today's PLC conversations provide an opportunity to use this framework to guide conversations in the performing arts. Today's agenda was designed with direct alignment to the teaching and learning framework. This agenda can be found at the top of the Schoology course. To assist teachers in aligning with the BCPS teaching and learning framework, BCPS created a lesson plan template that illustrates alignment and articulates how the core beliefs can be embedded into each lesson. The 4 thinking questions in the Learning Goals section help to generate conversations around equitable access and use of culturally relevant pedagogy. Our objective or outcome for each class is the perfect opportunity to create high expectations for students through alignment to fine arts standards. The language objective helps to probe thinking about how we can support our English language learners through opportunities to speak, listen, write, and/or read. This lesson plan template is located in the resource folder in the Schoology course. Linking to our instructional practices around performances, performances are considered summative assessments or major grades and should include several ways to demonstrate understanding of the knowledge and skills associated with performing. A performance grade should include the following cycle with opportunities to demonstrate skills and meet standards prior to the performance date, during the performance, and in reflection of the performance. Meeting the performing standards is one way that we can demonstrate high expectations in the performing arts classroom while still allowing for responsive instruction to occur. Our BCPS grading policies provide specific language around what is not recommended and recommended. On the not recommended column, both of these examples are not recommended as the grade would be based solely on participation instead of mastery of standards. On the recommended column, working collaboratively with your departments or teams, providing clear expectations, and providing multiple opportunities should be common practices and directly relate to performance planning. Our office is available to assist with your performance needs. Now, we will turn our attention to the ways that performances are embedded at the county level. As you may have noticed, the Office of Performing Arts intends to offer many enrichment opportunities for our students during the 22-23 school year. We want this to continue to be a collaborative process and one that reflects the interests of students and BCPS teachers and therefore can involve as many students as possible. We actively seek the input of our secondary department chairs and team leads and leadership cadre when planning these experiences. For the second year in a row, the selection process for middle and high school all-county music ensembles is teacher-driven to assure representation from across Baltimore County. While we are considering ways of differentiating with auditioned ensembles in the future, these conversations have also helped to evolve the scope and content of these festivals to be more responsive to teachers and students. The All-County Dance Ensemble has historically been teacher-driven and will continue with student nominations for this school year. Field trip policies continue to evolve in BCPS as we build back from the pandemic. For this year, the following policies are in place. Same-day, within-school hours field trips are permitted. Same-day extended hours field trips are permitted with a caveat that external contracted bus services must be used as BCPS buses must be back in time to support school dismissal. Overnight field trips are permitted with these stipulations. First, students may not share rooms with other students. Second, advance review by the Chief of Schools for all overnight field trips is required. Third, factors that will be taken into consideration include the purpose and location of the field trip, size of the group that is traveling, and anticipated COVID-19 metrics at the time of the trip. Last, foreign travel is prohibited at this time. Questions about these policies and any field trip approvals should be directed to your school's zone or executive director by way of your school's administrative team. We have started a wonderful slate of field trip opportunities for the year across art forms. In particular, we look forward to a deeper partnership with the Gordon Center for the Arts, as well as a return to the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra. This and other opportunities may be found in the Materials and Resources folder for today's session, as well as in your applicable resource groups for dance, music, and theater. Please let us know if you have any questions about these opportunities. Please be on the lookout for additional details to be shared in the News Hub, weekly updates, or via email and Schoology. Before we close out Session 1, here are a few reminders and additional updates from our office. First, for instrumental music teachers, the submission deadline for fall instrument inventory verification is Friday, October 7th. Please assure that you upload all necessary components of this verification to avoid pesky reminders. Contact Brian Schneckenberger with any questions. If you have not yet done so, please upload your teacher schedule using the form linked in the Materials and Resources folder for today's course. Maryland Arts Education Associations, including the Maryland Dance Education Association, Maryland Music Educators Association, and Maryland Theater Educators Association, are holding their fall in-service conferences on Friday, October 21st. Visit the organization's websites for more information. Last, we have revised the Performing Arts Calendar and added a field trip calendar. Copies of these documents may be found in the Materials and Resources folder for today, as well as in your content group in Schoology. Our next Performing Arts Professional Study Day will be on Monday, October 24th. We will continue many of the conversations that we have developed so far this year and deepen our understanding around supporting all students. We will be joined by Abir Shinawi, former BCPS administrator and current founder of Altier Education Consult. Abir will discuss student engagement from the immigrant student's perspective. We look forward to hearing from her and to seeing you next session. Registration for October 24th will be available in the coming weeks. We invite you to post throughout the day on social media. Tag us so that we can amplify the conversation. As always, if you need anything, please feel free to contact any of us. Finally, thank you for everything that you do for BCPS children. Your work is inspirational, and we are lucky to have you. Please enjoy your day of learning. We look forward to seeing you in today's sessions.